Allah, Hayanawa Yahawa by Hashem Yahawa Shahamashiach, Wamalakia by Hashem Hawa Watakurash, Barakatum, Darawa Salakia, Baba Bawa, Kwam Yasharala. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, teach us daily. To the men out there teaching the likewise doctrine, I say to you, Shalom. Today's video is going to be about how nobody trusts America no more, Babylon the Great. So I got a video of some people discussing the issue, and then we're gonna get into some videos, some scriptures to show you how this man was, that's how he was created, to not be trusted. So without further ado, let's go and get it. Let's go and get in Esau's ass. All right, here we go. It says, let me move this out. Nobody trusts Babylon the Great anymore. Isaiah 33, verse 1. Let's get that real quick. See what it says. And it says, it's Isaiah chapter 33, verse 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, which means to rob, and thou hast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou hast ceased to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they will deal treacherously with thee. And that's what's going on now between America, Russia, China. Yeah, when America can no longer rob people, guess what? People gonna be running their pockets, literally. Let's go.
Economic, substance too. I mean, Brian is, how much of the slippage is due to the recognition that America's, gotten to be, just even pushier.
Well, I don't think that anybody in the rest of the world trusts the United States anymore. I mean,
they don't. You know why? Because they always lie. They always murdering. They always stealing. And that was what Esau was created to do. So you can't get mad at a snake for being a snake if that's what it was created to be. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. Yeah, also because he transgresses by wine, here's a proud man, need to keep it at home. Who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied. That's the kicker right there. This man wanted it all. But gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. He's doing that under the guise of health, because he cares so much about your health. Okay. Job chapter 15, verse 34, for the congregation of the hypocrites shall be desolate, and fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery real soon. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 28, for they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them. Ain't no understanding in them because they don't want to understand. They don't want to understand when you tell them no. Yeah, like that doesn't compute, Psalm chapter 58, verse 2, yet in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 2. All these scriptures keep coming out because Esau is being exposed in these last days. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. And a lot of people started getting that same sentiment about Esau, Edom, because they see this man does not want to do right because he can't. Oh, Salaki, let me grab his notebook. I got a few more scriptures I jotted down. Let me see if I can grab them real quick. Should have had these out earlier, Lafayette. Okay, let's go down to, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 33, verse 8. The highways lie waste, and the wayfaring man ceaseth. He had broken the covenant, he had despised the cities, he regardeth no man. That is Esau, Edom all day. All day. Now let's get we still in the book of Isaiah. We're gonna go to chapter 24, verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. These are born covenant breakers. And we can go to Psalms 58, and we're going at verse 3. You already know what it is. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. If you don't believe that, ask the Indians. Because with the Indians alone, they broke over 500 covenants. It was me when they got up to 2. After the first one, that would have been a wrap. Second Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, we are not ignorant of his devices. We know what this man trying to do. He's trying to steal back the birthright, but it's not going to happen because it was not written. That's what Esau don't understand. He think he can just thwart prophecy. He think he just throw a monkey wrench in the Lord's prophecies. No. But he damn sure throwing monkey wrenches in yours. All right, this is Psalms chapter 55, and we're going to verse 20. He put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He has broken his covenant. See, he did the Indians like that. Now he doing the rest of the nations like that. Yeah. Let's get that again. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. You could be on the cool with Esau, and he'll just get in his feelings and rage war against you. He had broken his covenant. Get some more of this video.
Vladimir Putin was the first one who said the United States is agreement incapable.
Mic drop right there. The United States is agreement incapable. They say one thing and do the opposite. And with that, Job chapter 15, verse 34, for the congregation of hypocrites shall be desolate, and fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery. Now, let's get Psalm chapter 5, verse 9. For there is no faithfulness in their mouth, their inward part is very wickedness. Their throat is an open sepulchre, they flatter with their tongue. Psalm chapter 7, verse 14. Behold, he travaileth with iniquity, and have conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood. It's evil. That's the E. Let's get some more of this.
It's a very polite way of saying they're a pack of liars.
Yeah.
And
yes, they are, because they're a pack of Edomites. Yep, they are a pack of liars. You know, the wicked are estranged from the womb, they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Psalm chapter 58, verse 3. Psalm chapter 10, verse 11. This is Esau's inner thoughts. This is how he really thinks. He has said in his heart, God has forgotten. He hided his face. He will never see it. That's what Esau thinks. Psalm chapter 58, verse 2. Yet in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. Check this out. This is Revelation chapter 20, verse 7. And when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosened out of his prison. That's when he came back during the Renaissance and started just whitewashing everything. Verse 8. And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, that's Russia, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom as the sand of the sea. Tell me prophecies ain't popping off the pages. Matthew chapter 24, verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye not be troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All this is happening right now. Verse 8, these are the beginning of sorrow. And this is right here is the problem that the whole world had with Esau Edom. He can't give you a straightforward, definite answer. He can't give you a straight up yes or no. Because if he does give you a straight up yes or no, he will be held to straight up yes or no. He don't want to be held to a straight up yes or no because that robs Esau power. He got to have a little wiggle room in there, just in case he got to lie his way out some shit. So that's why he got loopholes in his laws. That's why Esau, when he said you in trouble as far as the laws, that's why you got to hire a lawyer and pay him hundreds of dollars an hour. Salaki. Because the way Esau writes his laws, one law is about 500 pages. One law. Now, our laws are cut and dry. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not murder. There's no way of misunderstanding that because they're straight to the point. Esau's laws are not straight to the point. Esau installs loopholes in his laws, so that's why you got to pay him hundreds of dollars an hour. So he can go through them 500 pages plus and find you a loophole to get you off, even though he knows you either innocent or guilty. Innocence and guilt does not matter in the courts of Esau. I'll tell you what does matter. Status, who you are, how much money you got, who you know, who's related to you. That determines your innocence or guilt in the courts of Esau. Not if you actually did something or not. You care less. You know how many people he got up in the prisons that are innocent, but he don't care. He knows they're innocent, but he still ain't gonna let them out. That's this wicked man right here. But anyway, this is leading up to this scripture right here. This is Matthew chapter, what was that, 5, verse 37. Let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay. For whatsoever is more than these cometh evil. That's why Esau don't like giving definite answers, because that strips him of his wiggle room in case he got to lie his way out some shit. That's how he get down. But that's all right though, because 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 9 says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And it's not far off neither. Let's let this play.
Xi Jinping realized this in a couple of it was two talks ago with Biden. He said to Biden, "You tell me one thing, but then your people go and do something else." And then this most recent conversation, as I understand it, I'm getting the second hand. Alexander, Brian, Eve, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Please do if I am wrong. But as I understand it, the Chinese sources were saying that Xi had never spoken to any leader ever as forcefully and harshly as he spoke to Biden in this.
See, because Esau make you do that. When Esau don't want to do something, he pretends he didn't hear it, or he pretends he didn't understand. Let's get we're going to Psalms chapter 58. And we're going to go to verse, I think it's 2. It's verse 4. Psalms 58, verse 4. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear. Now you notice when this Ukrainian thing popped off, Putin asked, he just wanted one simple thing: no more expansion eastward. United States never gave a definite yes or no. They just did it and act like they ain't hear it. Just like in this situation, this past couple of days, when China told them to tell Nancy Pelosi not to go to Taiwan. They told them several times. And what Esau do? Yeah, like he ain't hid. He went over there. She went over there anyway. See what I'm saying? These people don't give definite yes or no's, because if you do, that strips them of their power. So, with this being said, if you ask Esau a question and he doesn't want to give you a definite yes or no, act like he didn't hear the question, he on some wicked shit. So yeah, that's how he get down. Sirach chapter 12, verse 10, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 17, he that is angry dealeth foolishly, and a man of wicked devices is hated. That's Esau, Edom, all day.
This 2-hour phone call that they had, and parenthetically, I wish I'd been a fly on the wall in that call. That must have been pretty interesting. But anyway, the point is, nobody trusts America anymore. So how?
America made it like that. And this is why. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 25, a true witness delivereth souls, but a deceitful witness speaketh lies. How many lies you think you're going to tell and people still going to be cool with you, man? Check this out. Sirach chapter 12, verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. Yeah, he on the good surface, yeah, he want to negotiate and all that. But as soon as they make that agreement, they make a covenant, Esau do the exact opposite. Just like with those nuclear weapons, they had a deal with either Iran or Iraq. And the agreement was you can only put X amount of uranium into your nuclear weapons. Iran agreed to it. What did the United States do? Back out. They didn't hold up their end of the deal. And when you do that, you multiply stuff like this times 1,000,000 times over and over, people start to catch on that you just a lying-ass bastard that can't be trusted. And that's what's coming out now. Esau is being revealed, and he hates it because as long as people believe his lies, he has power. When nobody believes him anymore, he doesn't have any power. And he'll be called the liar that he is. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 8. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau? Yeah, he looking real stupid these days because he cannot keep his lies together. Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. And this right here is the inner workings of Esau right here. Isaiah chapter 28, verse 15. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come for us. That's what he think. He think he ain't gonna never get in trouble. He think he ain't gonna never get punished. We have made lies our refuge. See, lie till you die, baby. And falsehood have we hid ourselves. Sound like he. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. Job chapter 13, verse 4, but ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. The whole world catching on to that now. It cannot be trusted.
How do you deal with America other than by force?
Yeah, well, yeah, it makes sense. I think that's what Russia, that's their calculus going into Ukraine, and I think that's the calculus that is floating around in Beijing. But to get to Eve's question, China and Southeast Asia, they've been doing business before the United States was ever even a country. I mean,
He asked a pretty good question.
A potential nuclear.
All right, let's get out of here. Yeah, that's a very good question. He said, how do you deal with America? Except by force. That's the only way you deal with America. Because with force, you speaking a language that they understand. See, if you just talking, Esau just gonna tune you out. That's just this is how he's made. He's just gonna tune you out. But if you come with them rockets, you get his attention. Let me see. Sirach chapter 12, verse 3. There could be no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms. Let's see. There's another one. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 7. The robbery of the wicked shall destroy them because they refuse to do judgment. They don't want to do nothing right. Said Edomites, they make, break, bend laws, even if they obey them at all. Law is not on their mind. They trying to get over on people. Esau too busy trying to outsmart himself and everybody else, to come out looking stupid. Psalm chapter 137, verse 8. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Yeah, all these nations gonna get some payback, especially Israel. The real Israelites, not the fake Jews, not the fake Amalekites. Verse 9, happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Sirach chapter 14, verse 8, the envious man hath a wicked eye, he turneth away his face and despiseth men. That's how this man feels about everybody. He's just born with a chip on his shoulder, man. Just mad. And he got everything and still mad. What kind of sense that make? Sirach chapter 14, verse 9, a covetous man's eye is not satisfied with his portion, and the iniquity of the wicked drive up his soul. That's why he's dry. Need some lotion walking around here. That's probably why he mad all the time. Or he probably mad because he know he about to go into slavery. He can't do nothing about it. Book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. That's what's happening now. See, once upon a time, America was just the place to be. The man, if you weren't American, you wouldn't, you just spittle, I guess. But now, look how the tables have turned. Look how America looking in the eyes of the world now. Weak, pathetic, effeminate, just straight up gone. And they waxing worse and worse. Everything Esau does makes no sense because he's in a position of desperation. And desperate men are dangerous men because they're acting out of emotion, not logic. So that's why he bringing back all these diseases and jabs because he's desperate. But he's gonna have a hell of a time to try to make somebody take that stuff the second time. After all them people he murked the first time, over 1 million people. Adverse side effects, right? Okay. Healthy athletes, some of the finest athletes in the world dropping dead on the field. Okay. Adverse side effect, right. This is Esau's pride talking right here. Psalms chapter 10, verse 3. For the wicked boasteth in his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord Yahweh abhorreth. That's how he feels. He just want what he want. Because Esau, he's not a spiritual man. He's a carnal man. And in his mind, he thinks that the more stuff you have, like physical, tangible items, it'll make you more godlike, which is so far beyond the truth. So far from the truth, like. Just because you got a bunch of stuff that you don't know what to do with, you hoarding everything from everybody else. That doesn't make you a god. That makes you selfish, covetous, and wicked. All right, let's get Psalm chapter 10, verse 4. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh is not in all his thoughts, because this man trying to be God. But the Lord about to show him in a minute that he ain't nothing but a man, a base man at that, a base slave man at that. Psalm chapter 10, verse 6. He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. Yeah, okay. Psalm chapter 10, verse 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Proverbs chapter 26, verse 25. When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. Verse 26, whose hatred is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation. That's happening right now. Proverbs chapter 26, verse 27. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him. So, in other words, whatever you sow, you're gonna reap. But in your case, Esau, you're gonna reap double, homie. Because you are deserving of double. Because you go above and beyond to make people's lives miserable. So yeah, you earned that double shot. You earned that cup. Proverbs chapter 26, verse 28, a lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 5, everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord Yahweh. Though joined hand in hand, he shall not be unpunished. Yeah, they covenant breakers, man. Let's see if I can find that scripture. Oh, let me see. I can't find this. Let me see. Here we go. Romans chapter 1, verse 31. Without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful. That's Esau. Don't care. Verse 32. Who knowing the judgment of Yahweh, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. See, Esau loved it. He loved being wicked. Why he got to go? All right, we can get these scriptures, we close out. All right, this is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Her arrows shall be as a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain. Those arrows are missiles. Isaiah chapter 33, verse 1. Let's get it again. Woe to thee that spoilest, spoil mean to rob, and thou wasn't not spoiled, and dealt treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. Now you got to look at it like this. This is how stupid America is. Number one, you pissing off China on purpose. Why would you piss off China on purpose when China controls the West Coast ports? Those are China's ports. In California, yeah, they own those. Number two, you get 90% of medicine and other essentials from China. America is the biggest import nation in the world. China is the biggest exporter. And on top of that, you done sold all your farmland inside your country to China. Why would you do that? Why would you piss these people off when they could just cut the whole nation off, put sanctions on you, everything? Said America's not very smart. The Lord then took the wisdom from team. So you piss these people off with your little stunt. And all China got to do, they ain't got to shoot no missile over here. All they got to do is just stop selling us goods, sell to other nations, and let us starve. Edom, Esau, Esau, Esau. You are a piece of work, my friend. Isaiah chapter 34, verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Those nuclear missiles, they going up out of the atmosphere, back down. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. Idumea is a Greek word for Edom. And upon the people of my curse to judgment. So yes, America will be destroyed. One more, and then we can close out. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 31. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. For thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. And he is visiting you right now. So, yep, that's it, y'all. I mean, Esau dug his hole, now he got to lay in it. Now I got news for you, E. Ain't nobody gonna miss you, homie. Not even your woman. And that's in the scriptures as well. Call halayim la, lahayana wa Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, wa malakia by Hashem, Harawat wa kakwarash, warakathum, datawa, salakia by Baba, wa kwam yasharala, salakia by Shasha kataya, datawa, ayabara yamka, kayanka, wakasad yam tamyad. Shalom.